just a fun fact, actually I found about NUS Hackers a couple of years ago when I participated in the Hack and Grow Hackathon. Yeah, it was me and here I'm today, the core team. So what does the NUS Hackers strive to do? Well, our biggest mission is to promote and spread hacker culture. But the first question we must ask is, what is hacking? I'm sure like, the media has portrayed hacking in, I guess, the idea of breaking into things and maybe like to hack my Instagram or something, right? But that's not really what we do. There's a cybersecurity group for that, and there's NUS Hacks. But we're not this. When I think of hacking, I think of something like this. So what this team from China decided to do was to build an army of robots, robot dustbins, to go and pick up trash around the office. They also built this little robot here, which will help them clean their whiteboard when no one else was using it, and even draw random artworks over the night. Yeah. So I guess more specifically put, hacker culture is this subculture of people who creatively overcome the limitations through to achieve some outcome that they want. So we kind of want to have this hacker culture that to build anything we want. It can be to solve a problem for the fun of it or just for the sake of it. It doesn't really matter. And hacker culture can expand beyond computing or technical related things. So I know I mentioned it can go beyond non-technical things, but I'm going to use like a slightly CS example. Yeah. So for those of you who took Harvard CS50 or heard of it before, they actually have this mascot, and that's the Duck Debugger or DDB. So they bring this to every CS50 course, every CS50 lecture, which is their kind of equivalent to CS1010S for us. You would see DDB. And they even bring it down to their finale hackathon for CS50. But in 2022, they found that DDB was actually missing and ended up on the university down the road at MIT. This is their lecture in MIT with Harvard's Duck Debugger. And so what happened was this team called MIT Hacks decided that it would be a cool and fun idea to steal DDB from Harvard. The same team also decided, I think it would be a fun and cool idea during the premiere of Endgame in 2019 to put the Captain America shield onto their own campus building. And so I guess this all started from a fun idea and came into something in real life. Yeah. If you'd like to find out more, you can go to their website here, but that's all I'm talking about MIT for today. But why do we hack? Well, most of us hack because it's fun and kind of because we can. I'm not saying like, oh, you should go around and start like stealing things and all that. I'm saying, you know, if there's a kind of an ethical way and a fun way to go about things, why not do it, right? Many areas in software engineering today actually spawn from hacker culture. So this guy named Linus Torvalds, who's, I guess, someone who's very prominent in the tech scene, posted in 1991 that he's doing this hobby, making this operating system as a hobby. And you know, he didn't think it would be very big or professional, but he did it anyways. And today, this is the operating system that I think many of you know called Linux. You know, it's an alternative to Windows and Mac OS, and you will probably see it a lot in many servers. Yeah. So what started as something was just for fun, for free, and a hobby project became something that was really, really useful today. And even in NUS, we have similar hackery kind of projects. So this senior in Beijing in 2011 decided that the NUS official timetable builder was too cumbersome to use. And so I'm sure many of y'all will have used this application called NUS Mods. And that it all started as a side project and has since gone through like 4 iterations. Yeah. This group of NUS students also in 2023 submitted this project to our Hack and Grow Hackathon. And basically they felt, for those of you on campus, you know this NUS dime call application, which kind of allows you to trade in credits for your meals, right? So this team decided it would be a fun idea to cure the boredom of waiting in queues by playing a game of Pong and wagering your dining hall credits instead. So they reverse engineered the NUS dining hall application, and I guess allowed people to play a game of Pong and so-called gamble their dining hall credits. And they thought it would be a fun and cool way. And rest assured, this is not used today, it was just for fun for the hackathon. Yeah, so that brings me back to the point of hacker culture. This idea that we can build something or anything for that matter just because it's fun and we think that, you know, it'll be a cool thing, why not do it? Alright, so NUS Hackers hosts lots of events to spread hacker culture, and this is a long list, but essentially what we have is Friday Hacks, Hacker School, and Hacker Space, which are held every week, these first three here, and a few other ad hoc events. But before I delve into these events, maybe I'd like to say that our events are open to everyone, not just commuting students, not just NUS students, not even students, just students at all, anyone. You can be someone from secondary school, JC, poly, someone in the industry, and you can feel free to come to our events. If you have friends who would like to come and attend our events as well, we'll be more than happy to have them. Okay, so back to the topic. Friday Hacks is one of our flagship events, and it's obviously held every Friday. This is where we invite people from the industry who we thought had cool projects that we want to feature, and we give some technical talk on it. Not really like, oh, how I built this, but more like, oh, the kind of like Mark Zuckerberg stories, like, their personal stories on how their projects came to life. So for example, we had Evan Yu, who is a very popular developer of this web framework called Vue.js. Yeah, he came down and talked about how he got into open source development and starting Vue.js as an open source project. We've also had the VLC media player creator, and for I guess those who are more famous security, the founder of DEFCON, which is this like huge cybersecurity conference in Vegas, which just happened actually. So this was also a collaboration with NUS Hacks. Yeah. So we'll invite all these interesting speakers to come down and share about their experiences hacking away. Our motto for Friday Hacks has always been to come for the pizza and to stay for the inspiration. So every Friday, just like today, you can expect to come down to our Friday Hacks, have some food, and enjoy the talks. Okay, so I know that we say hacker culture goes a bit beyond technical things, but we believe that as a community scene and thoughts, people want to be equipped with the tools, and it's very easy to get caught up in academics and feel like, oh, there's so much stress of work, and it's very hard to translate this theory into something more practical. So we hold Hacker School, which is a series of workshops meant to equip people and to get them kick-started in hacking. So it should teach you kind of some basic tools that you may use in be it software engineering or other areas that can get you started hacking away. We've had many different workshops, so some tools we include are things like Git, which are used in, say, CS103, software engineering. Or maybe if you're taking CS 2030, you're going to use this editor called Vim. Yeah. So we have a workshop for that held next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. for Vim as well. Yeah, so you can look out for our announcements, and Hacker School is held every Tuesday and sometimes Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. And most of these are introductory level workshops, so there's no prerequisite. Maybe install a software, but you can just come down and try and learn whatever thing. It can be some web framework, maybe something as simple as an introduction to Python. But these are some cool things that you can come down and expect to learn as well. We've also had non-technical related workshops. So last year we had this collaboration with Electronic Music Lab to have an introduction to electronic music production. And if there's something you're interested in, we're having this workshop again somewhere this semester. So you can look out for announcements on it as well. Yeah. So for those of you who have been in class for, say, maybe from last year, you may have heard of Open Hack, which was this project meant to gather people to get excited about open source development. But we felt that this was a little bit difficult to start, especially if people were not equipped to do it. So this year we're revamping it. We want Hackerspace to be this community of hackers that can collaborate together and have meaningful discussions. For those year 2s who have done Orbital, over the summer we actually had held a few Hackerspace sessions where people could come down and talk about the Orbital project that they've been working on. And we are continuing this semester. So every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m., you can expect people to come down, probably some days in computing, and have a space for everyone to have meaningful discussions. The team this semester has decided that they're going to kind of have it related to the Hacker School topic. So it's held the day after Hacker School, where code meets conversation. We want it to be a space where you can kind of discuss things that probably could go beyond the Hacker School topic, even if you didn't attend, or maybe you thought that you kind of knew the topic and you wanted to share something with the rest of the hacker community. We want it to be not this one-way exchange of like just workshops and talks, but also a nice community of collaboration and discussion. We also have loads of other resources in case you miss any workshops or talks. Most of them are recorded and probably stored in our archive. So you can access the recordings here. And we also have our wiki. So for those workshops that are conducted by core team, whether for auditor, hackers, or anything, we try to post them on our wiki and we're updating them over the year. So for example, we talk such as intro to CI/CD, Git, and all sorts of different talks as well. So in case you missed it, these are kind of like walkthrough styles of wikis that you can take a look at as well. Yep. And lastly, this is our biggest event of the year, and that's Hack and Roll. So Hack and Roll is the largest student-run hackathon in Singapore, and it happens every year in January here in Utah. You can come down for 24 hours of hacking, and here's the catch. You can build anything you want. There's no problem statement. You do not have to solve some company's obscure problem. And you don't have to solve something like world hunger, for example. All you need to do is to come down, enjoy the food, enjoy the atmosphere, and build anything you want. We have loads of different prizes, including prizes for most entertaining hack, most annoying hack, and even like most awesomely useless hack. And trust me when I say that this is really one of the hardest prizes to win, most awesomely useless, right? So this is just our way of recognizing projects that we thought embraced hacker culture and were really cool. So this year, we had 700 participants, more than 100 judges from the industry, 49 organizers, and we even hold lots of games during the hackathon. We had Luck Hunt, and we even had pizza just like today. So River's not here today, but he's really tall, and we had like 120 pizzas. So you can imagine about 1.5 times. And we have lots of swag. You can come for free stuff, free food, and even come down for a time of games when hacking away gets a bit tiring. Yeah, we've had hardware hacks as well. We've had 3D printers, 2D printers, a smart toaster. Yeah. And if you see crackers around, do come and say hi. This is our mascot for NUS Hackers. So do feel free to come down to our events just to say hi to crackers as well. Hack and Roll will be happening this year, next year once again, in semester 2, week 1. And that's 17 to 18 January. It's a Saturday, Sunday here in Utah. So whether you're staying on campus or not, I think it's a really good opportunity to come down and just enjoy the weekend with us. Yeah. In case you need inspiration, we have lots of other projects. This was a team that built a web extension to kind of scramble all images you see on the browser, and you kind of have to solve them. So yeah, we thought that was pretty funny. We've had a brain rot across the puzzle. NUS GeoGuessr, for those of you all who like games. Oh, sorry, that's River. So you can imagine how tall he is. River, can you raise a hand? Yeah, so that's how much pizzas you had. Yeah. Okay, anyways, back to it. We also had, yes, okay, we also had hardware hacks as well. So what this team decided to do was to help students pay attention to lectures. They hook you up to this electronic dog collar electrification thing. And so if your eyes weren't paying attention on online lecture, they decided to give you a tiny little wake-up call. Yeah. And we've also had projects that have gone beyond Hack and Roll. For example, the team, Timetable AI team, had built this timetable optimizer, and they rewrote their code and contributed back to NUS Mods as a data feature. So if you've not seen it, you can check out NUS Mods and then go to the data page, and you'll see this optimizer. So maybe you'll be the next contributor as well. Yeah. If you'd like to find out more about these kind of cool projects, you can head over to our website where I guess a lot of these projects can be found. Right, for the freshmen here, you will see this email on the mentorship program. And that's organized by us in order to help the freshmen kind of get used to university life. I know that like reading on EduRare and like learning everything in your first year can be very overwhelming. And so we conduct this program together with the Student Life Office in Computing to try and help freshmen navigate their first year here in NUS. For those of you who signed up, we'll see you at the Project Mentor Welcome Tea next week. So please look out for our emails as well. Yeah. Aside from that, we also conduct a different mentorship program. So this is an intern mentorship program, and it's held from somewhere in summer, so May to July next year. This year's one has concluded, and this is where we kind of pair with a mentor who has some internship experience or has some experience navigating the world of internships. As a whole application journey itself is really long and tiring as well. Yeah. So if you'd like to join us, not just as a participant, but to also spread hacker culture, to organize events with us, and to go beyond what you would normally learn in, I guess, by just simply attending events. You can join us as a core team member. So you can indicate interest here, but you can look out for announcements starting next Friday or Saturday around there, and that's where we'll be opening recruitment for our core team. So once again, if you'd like to join us in organizing all these cool and fun events, feel free to sign up. Yeah. And I know I've been saying look out for this and that, and actually most of our publicity is sent on our Telegram channel. So do please join our Telegram channel where you can find out all our events. And if you happen to be in school on a random Friday, Tuesday, you can join us for Friday Hacks or Hacker School, and we'll be more than happy to have you. Oh, also do drop us a follow on Instagram. Yeah. And if you'd like to find out more about NUS Hackers, you can visit our website. This is also the same one as nushackers.org. Or you can drop us an email if you have some deeper and longer questions. Yeah. And that's all I have. We'll be proceeding a time of Q&A. So if you have questions now, you can drop them in here. This thing, yes. Yeah. And that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Sorry, for those who try to access the link, you can try again now. Do we have any questions? If not, we'll be closing the Q&A soon. Okay, so for our first question, can a year one join NUS Hackers? And the answer is absolutely yes. In fact, most of our core team members joining in are actually mostly from year one to year two, sem one, sem two, like that. Yeah. So actually, for joining NUS Hackers as a core team, we typically try and remind everyone that it's pretty much a 4-year commitment. You want to join in and to participate in many different events, or to organize many different events. And I think it's a common question that, can you rotate between events? And yes, the answer is you can as well. Yeah. And if you'd like to join as, I guess, a participant, then that's fine too. And you don't even have to be year one or NUS to join the events. That's a good question. Okay, so actually, our core team has this philosophy of not conferring benefits to core team directly. So the idea is that we want the space to be open to all, and that means that there are no particular benefits. We are, in more or less crude terms, we are glorified cycle warriors. We're just here to organize events and we think that it's fun and cool. Yeah. Okay, no. It doesn't mean that like you participate in one event means you need to come to the next. There are no like sessions. They are just events that are open to everyone. You don't have to join NUS Hackers to join our events. You can just come down for a talk or whatever. Yeah, none of the sessions are partly compulsory. Yeah. It's not like JC or poly CCA where you have to sign up and like, now you are part of NUS Hackers and you can come to the event. Yeah, you can. But as for core team, then I guess there's like compulsory meetings they kind of have to join. How sweaty? Well, I'm not sweating now. Okay, but truth be told, I think I kind of get the question, which is like, I guess how technically, I guess there's this misconception that everyone in NUS Hackers is so technically skilled. And I think that's not true at all. You don't need to be technically skilled at all to join NUS Hackers core team. All we need to do is, I guess as core team members, we're just people who enjoy learning, enjoy coming down, enjoy hacking away. And naturally, I guess, you get pretty good at it. If you enjoy what you're learning and you have fun hacking away, you naturally pick up the technical skills to have what we call, oh, he's a very good coder, I guess, or a very good hacker. I don't believe such, yeah. And honestly, coming for the events, everyone comes as, everyone starts from somewhere, and you can come as a newcomer as well, and all our events are meant to be more beginner friendly. It doesn't mean that, oh, I had like 10 years coding before, and these guys are going to come and like wreck me in, I don't know, learning a workshop. I don't think that matters, right? I think the favorite thing about hacker culture is really kind of like doing anything you want. So I think all of us hack for different things. I enjoy hacking for solving problems. So I guess it's the fun of building things, and that's pretty much my favorite thing. So for example, I like solving my own problems. So I don't like solving other people's problems. I like solving problems that may help other people. So for example, recently I decided that I don't know if you all have used Canvas enough. I get too many notifications from Canvas. So, and too many calendar events. So what I decided was I'm going to create a second system to help me filter all my Canvas events. And I think that's the fun of it, right? Like, I can just do anything I want and pick up the skills along the way and just have fun building anything. Okay. Yes, this is a common question. So, as for how many applicants and all that, how competitive, I don't think I can disclose too much. It is a pretty straightforward process. So in a couple of weeks, you'll see that we'll send out this form, and you have to write a couple of questions. Oh yes, do write your responses properly. We do vet through them, and rest assured, it is not first come first serve. We'll actually look through all the responses, and from there we'll have an interview. And I guess a bit on what we look out for is a bit more on people who have kind of demonstrated hacker culture or the hacker spirit, and people who are willing to plan events with us. Quite straightforward. Okay, so we understand that, I guess I did mention it's kind of a 4-year-ish commitment, but we do understand that there's sometimes you may be in some other CCAs, you may be staying on campus, you may have lots of other things. So for example, I guess I can't put the commitment exactly to you need to spend this many hours a week. Most of us take up commitments that work out well for our schedules. So if you're on exchange, maybe you won't really take a semester-long commitment. So for example, we have relatively small teams planning Hacker School and Friday Hacks, which tend to be higher commitment. But we also have slightly lower ones, like managing our infrastructure, managing you see the hacker.cc links, all those are kind of managed by us, and those are lower commitment as well. So obviously, we'll look around and see what fits you and what fits the team as well. And yes, this rotate every semester, so we change our allocations every semester as well. Okay, so for this, we've traditionally not have any year-long exchanges join, but if you do want to join, do submit your application, and we're more than happy to consider. Yeah, I think when it comes to joining NUS Hackers though, we do try to keep the commitment period a bit longer, as if you think about it for example, if you plan hack and roll, then you want to plan once to get used to things, and then second round to actually get used to things. And then, but actually, we will consider. So just submit your application, and we'll be more than happy to consider it. Yes, okay. So I think there's a bit of a distinction. So yes, the organizers of hack and roll are mostly core team members. So the core team members are the ones who plan it. But if you'd like to just help out, for example, we do have many volunteers that join us. So for example, I say we have 49 organizers, right? But we only have about 30-ish plus core team members. So you can join us as a volunteer if you just like to help out just for hack and roll. Whereas for core team, there was a lot to help beyond hack and roll and for the other events as well. I think this question really depends on what you want to achieve, and we do try to like put members in places that they want to do, of course, right? So I guess you can say you learn a bit of management on how to organize events. Technical wise, I think it depends on the role. So for example, if you felt like it was a good idea, I don't know. Oh, so for example, I picked up lots of AV random knowledge in the last one day because Darren here decided, let's try some new AV recording setup. So I guess you can pick up technical skills like this. But I mean, there's never like a really specific skill. And we also believe that you don't need to be a core team to learn these technical skills. Yeah, I guess you can consider it more management or organizational, but these can be learned elsewhere. Okay, I'm going to assume that this is a question for core team because NUS Hackers as like a whole organization, including everyone who participates in our events, have like 1,000 or 2. Yeah, but in core team currently we have about 30 to 40 people. Most definitely. I think every year we definitely try to do better. So for example, for NUS Hackers this year, we are planning to expand the event a little bit beyond our numbers from last year. We do plan to do everything better, at least on small amounts. And we also do have new initiatives. So for example, Hackerspace was a very new initiative that we are trialing and slowly refining over the semester. And I guess the goals are usually defined kind of a semester or a year, dependent on the president, dependent on the committee for the event as well. I would say sure, but I guess okay, it's kind of like a university mindset. But coming for CCAs doesn't really like mean much. It's more about like coming for things that you enjoy. So I guess it makes you a regular member, but I don't think it makes any much of a difference. I think it's great that you come regularly though, because that would mean that you'll be interacting a lot with the community and learning more about hacker culture as well. Yes. So because most of our members are in computing, most of our events are actually held in Com3. So for Friday Hacks, I think Friday Hacks and Hackers School are actually held in some of the seminar rooms in Com3. Same for Hackerspace. Yeah, that will be held in Com3 or Hackerspace. Yeah. Alumni. Yes, I think contribute is a bit vague, but I think there are many ways for alumni to contribute actually, whether you were from core team or not. As an alumni, we'll be more than happy to have you come down for a talk, maybe I'll give a workshop, or maybe for alumni you're probably working already. So come down for a Friday Hacks maybe. If you think your project is cool, which it probably is since you want to talk about it, you can come down as well. Okay. Very important question. I'll have the Friday Hacks team answer it.
Where's the food?
It's outside.
It's outside?